All right, what's up? All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to What About Rob? A fucking awesome return. We have some great guests here today. I'm really excited. To my right is Wolfgang Hunter.
Hey, how's it going?
Good friend. And then across the table from me, I have from the Boyscast. I have the Boyscast. I fucking did it, dude.
Yeah.
There's no intro?
Nope.
Raw dog on this podcast.
If anyone wants to send in a theme song, go. It's a contest now. It's
There
a
we go.
contest.
There you go.
It's a contest. You will have the privilege of doing the theme song for What About Rob. We got Ryan Long
treat.
and Danny Polishcuck here.
Yo.
In the house. Let's go.
Let's fucking go, dude. So what do you guys want to talk about? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm going back to Toronto for WrestleMania.
Oh,
Or
really?
Not WrestleMania, wrestling. But
Wrestling.
Who are you wrestling?
it's Friday. Yeah. I'm doing AC, like Air Canada Center, and like 10 guys are going, and I'm flying back for one day just to go to wrestling.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But I'll tell you one time, last time I went, it was sort of a letdown because it was in Toronto and they were bigging it up like huge guests coming. And like out of the gate, they're always just like, at the end, someone's going to be really big. And you're thinking Hulk Hogan's coming back. Like, you know, they have these.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the thing, they brought back Christian. And that was the big, it was like Christian.
Oh,
was
he's
like,
from Toronto.
I know, that's why but like Christian came out and everyone's like, yeah, I guess. Like, the big guests in wrestling are usually such huge people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I mean, when you go to like
Hometown though. That was I was at the.
You'd be pumped about Christian being
I'm not a crazy wrestling fan, so no, I wouldn't. Neither are you.
half
you just
the
want,
people
you're-
are.
you're- You just want like the big guys.
Half of the people there
that's true.
are guys who are wrestling fans.
But probably like the
15 years ago.
like the hardcores are like fuck yeah, Christian.
Christian, oh my God.
I promise you, people weren't that stoked about Christian. I'm telling you, it was a letdown. You could feel the energy let down.
Yeah,
I saw-
I'm from Charlotte, and like we used to, like Ric Flair was like our town's like mascot.
Oh,
pretty much.
really?
Yeah, dude. You'd see him get like a DUI. It'd be so sick.
Flair, that would be a nice one.
The
Dude,
cops
that's a
would pull
good
him
one.
over and like, oh, can you say woo? We'll let you go. And he's
Yeah.
like, woo!
No, it was way sadder than that. It would be like, hey, I'm really sorry about your son. Just let him
Wait, what
go.
happened to Ric Flair's son?
Oh,
I
he
don't know
died.
much about
He
wrestling.
died.
Oh.
Yeah. Just like, you know, he like his father.
Dude, Ric Flair right now
bloodied.
does like the podcast tour, and he's like 80 and looks it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He looks
he's-
insane now. Yeah.
And he's constantly talking about smashing chicks.
Yeah. No, he's fully just still about that life, dude. He's never faltered in any of that.
Yeah.
Do you know the comic Paul Hooper at all?
No, I don't.
He used to he used to work for Ric Flair back in like the early 2000s at his gym in Charlotte, and he
Procuring women.
no, he just I guess probably something like that, picking up just, you know, evidence probably, but he got thrown into a pool by him. It's like the
Ric Flair.
yeah, he threw him into a fucking pool and said, "I'm Ric Flair, bitch," and went woo.
You didn't get me enough pussy this week. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's just standing in the way.
Yeah, he's talking about how he goes to the like clinic to get like injections for his dick and all this shit.
Damn, dude.
He's not
I kind of
retiring.
respect that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I kind of respect that. Just like fucking till the end, because
Yeah.
that's kind of
He
what
is.
we're supposed to do. I
Yeah.
think, right?
Yeah.
You're supposed
Yeah,
to, like,
dude, you're supposed to go to Valhalla. You're supposed to die with your axe in your hand, bro.
yeah.
Just cranking it.
A Viking with his penis in his hand.
No,
like,
it's just your
raising it
one
up.
condom, just bronze.
You're raising up your Tinder match.
Yeah. You have like just a double D bra as like a bra shield.
Yeah, I mean, damn, good for him. I mean, if my son died, I think I would just try and just get as much pussy as possible too.
Yeah,
You know?
the Eric Clapton method.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to wake up early? I mean, my son died, but no. That's
Oh, your friend doesn't want to join us? Okay, I mean my son did die though.
Oh, you want to just be friends? Well, you know who my best friend was.
Hey,
My
does this
son.
excuse work on hating immigrants at all? I'm just kind of testing the limits with this.
Eric Clapton should have done that when they were trying to cancel him for racism. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did any of these Muslims' son die?"
All I want to know is where was the Muslims to catch him when he fell out of that window?
Yeah. You don't understand. A Muslim was in our apartment and scared my son out the window. Of course, I'm not going to want him to come to country.
My son died because of a lie. He thought the carpet was magical.
What did Eric Clapton say exactly?
No, he was
the
COVID guy. He was anti-vax.
Yeah,
that's
but-
what he got really like.
no. He's saying before that.
Oh,
he, had,
before that.
he had a pretty good. He had a pretty good run.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
he
think
was, as they say, cooking.
Breaking Bad, but they're just cooking slurs.
I don't know if it was lyrics. Was it lyrics? It was something very much like.
No, it's
The details are fuzzy, but it was like
The bottom line is you don't like him.
Yeah, well, I know that they were trying to get him really hard on COVID, like because he was saying that he like couldn't play guitar because he took the vaccine. And he was like, I can't play guitar anymore. He's just like, that's kind of like my thing, and then they took that away from me. So he's like, you got to watch out for the vaccine, and then everybody's like, this guy's bad news.
What's funny about that is how much cocaine he's ingested in his life, and he's like,
insane.
the vaccine's why I can't play guitar.
Oh, he
now,
could play
actually.
guitar on cocaine. It's like that didn't stop him.
Yeah, it made him better, probably.
Yeah, it's like he's he was, and then he just took that vax, and then all of a sudden he's just like his hands all fucked up.
It was like in the middle of the pandemic, I think. Remember when they were like just like people were just canceling each other like left and right in the pandemic? They found like some old like 70s rant where he was like, if you're if you're Muslim at my show, you gotta leave right now and fuck off.
That is so funny because of like the type of songs he writes too. You know what I mean? He's so famous for like
Layla.
Yeah, just they're like very You wouldn't expect him to be
I
like
got
such
my
a
blues
bloke.
down by the San Francisco Bay.
Yeah.
It's like no Muslims either.
Yeah.
You want to know why it's quiet in San Francisco?
Yeah. Well, it's like also like hippy dippy shit, like Cream, especially like in the white room, emphasis on white people. Layla, I think, was about him fucking Harrison's wife, right? He was like, I think Layla
Was that her actual name?
I think it was like a stand-in name.
Naming names on I Fucked Your Wife.
Like, George Harrison's wife.
That's great.
I'm pretty sure he was like, it was a love song written to George Harrison's wife, and then they, I think, eventually fucked Eric Clapton. Something like that. I'm fuzzy on the details.
I mean, that'd be
Great song,
insane. Someone writes a love song. You're like, what are you doing, buddy?
It's like, and you had to make it a banger, huh? It couldn't be just a B-side.
I think Harrison was in the studio. I might be wrong, but I think Harrison was like in the sessions. And he was just like helping him write
What's
this song.
the third song about?
Yeah. Hey, just out of curiosity, who's Layla? And why are you making eye contact with me while you sing the whole song?
And they say white people can't be the bull.
Yeah.
You know, Layla's my wife's name. Oh, is it? That's crazy.
I just thought it just kind of rhymed well, but
The whole piano part, you're just making unbreaking eye contact.
Well, that was, she's my best friend's girl. I wonder if that guy.
Oh, yeah.
If that guy was like actually still in the mix. He's
like, you know, I feel like I'm your best friend.
No, my
Great
dad,
song. I love the hook. It's a great hook. But like, which best friend? Is it Jeff?
Do you have a different best friend? I guess. Yeah.
I mean, Jeff, you're pretty good friends with, but I don't think he has a girlfriend.
Yeah, I remember one time my dad was like drunk listening to that song. It's like, yeah, that guy's fucking gay for fucking his best friend's wife, dude.
That is gay.
No,
That's
but
the gayest move.
I agree. Yeah.
that's
what do
what
you
white
think
on white
of-
violence is.
Would you ever fuck a friend?
Is fucking each other's wives. That's how we get each other.
Mutually assured destruction. Would you guys fucking exit that like one of your friends' exes ever?
No.
just
No.
yours.
Just mine?
Yeah, no.
Fuck! All right. This interview is over. Podcast done.
No.
Kidding. Kidding. Joking. Comedy.
Yeah, only if you didn't know.
Yeah.
Like you found out like
Right.
you know,
Yeah,
oh,
of
he was
course.
kind of dating her, but like actual, not a chance.
Right. Totally.
No,
Sure.
I treat my friends' exes like my grandmother. Like, oh hey, okay, how are you? Like,
Yeah.
oh how's work? Okay, good to see you. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I do not
Yeah.
connect on any sort of human level with a
Yeah.
friend's ex.
Yeah, I think that's the right call to like treat them like a
Yeah.
coworker,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, exactly. You give him the coworker treatment.
Unless you don't like.
I
your
treat them
friend.
like a girl in
Well,
comedy.
but then
Well,
they're not your
Me
friend.
40 guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh hey, how's it going? Yeah, how are you? You know what I mean?
So how's the open mics?
Yeah.
Like when Keanu Reeves takes pictures of women, you're just doing like a six.
Oh my god, dude!
doesn't touch them.
I did the
Just holds
hover.
hands.
I've been guilty of hover handing.
Yeah.
You get called out on that in the photos these days.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
You can't win. It's like
cannot win.
it's like you're either too handsy or not handsy enough.
Yeah.
There's no in.
Yeah, you get killed on like a real hover in the photos.
Yeah. You really, damned if you do, because the problem is I'm very anxious. So when I put my hand, there is like a little bit of a grip, you know.
Yeah.
So that looks creepy too.
I think maybe you can counteract it by like touching them, but then you make like a really like gay face in the photo.
You're being funny.
Yeah, you gotta be really funny.
And you're like,
You do that with grabbing boobs too.
Yeah. Oh, did I do that? Yeah.
Oh my
You're like Urkel.
hello.
Hello.
You're doing it ironically. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an as if face. Sort of.
What if I grabbed your boobs right now? Wouldn't that be funny?
Yeah.
Imagine us doing this for real.
Yeah.
Oh god, dude.
I mean, that's kind of. Didn't H.W. Bush get popped for that? He used to be like, "Who's the best magician? David Copperfield." And then he'd like honk a
Really?
girl. Yeah, then he'd like honk a
Did he
girl's
make the honk
boobs.
noise?
Honk honk.
He did. That's so funny. Is that
Yeah.
on camera?
No, he was just like.
wish.
It was like it just came out like. I think it was like right after it was like right before he died or right after he died. It might have been right before when he was just like in a wheelchair, like drooling.
Yeah.
I think it was like 10 women alleged that George H.W. Bush would say,
Oh, this was his bit that he did.
It was a bit, yeah.
This was his kiss me on the cheek and then move.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes you just can't take the dog out, you know? You're in a fucking wheelchair, just one toe into the afterlife, and you're still just like, give me a peck on the cheek.
Give Grandpa a kiss.
I think I felt it move for the first time in 15 years.
HW stood for horny for whores, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice.
W.
I was
W for W.
yeah, I was like, oh, it is spelled with a W. I'm so stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, this is why this is what
There
I'm
you
trying
go.
to do for a living.
See, those kinds of jokes, they're thinkers.
They're thinkers.
They're real
Horny for whores. Real thinker.
Yeah. I can see Dennis Miller saying that. Horny for whores. Cha. So how you guys, man? I haven't seen you guys and I've seen Danny.
Yeah, we went to the Dead concert.
Yeah, Danny and I went to the Grateful Dead show.
Oh, are you a dead guy too? Oh, you sort of have shirts that look deadish.
Yeah, are dead.
Were you sitting there doing the same thing, like super baked, just like
Oh yeah, I took
just thinking about how fucking John Mayer's so dreamy.
I do fall in love with John Mayer every single time.
He rips, man.
Yeah,
he
he
rips
is
so
amazing.
hard.
You ever look in his eyes? Although he hurt his back.
John Mayer really made a comeback for the bros, man. Because he really was a guy where people were like, ugh. And then he just completely did a 180 where it's like now you mentioned, like if someone's like John Mayer's kind of corny, every dude's like, would you fucking say
Yeah,
that?
I know.
He's
Although
actually really good at
You ever
guitar.
see the video where he talks about songwriting?
The best is how much
He did it right.
Taylor
though.
Swift fans fucking hate
That
him.
probably
yeah.
helped him.
They hate him.
Taylor
Like,
had to say like, "Hey guys, chill."
it's so crazy. Like they're all because he I guess fucked Taylor Swift when she was like 18 or whatever. Yeah. But anyways, and they're
Nice.
all like, they're like,
Nice.
even though she was Taylor Swift and like super famous, all her fans are like, she wasn't able to consent. Like she wasn't able. You took advantage of her and all this stuff. And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I love when they pull that. It's like, okay, then let's just legally raise the age of consent if that's the
what
problem.
I've been saying.
You know?
I think we just give every woman a
25,
gun.
vote.
I think,
too.
and also a maximum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to consent from 25 to
Ric
40.
Flair
You
goes
don't
to
get to vote after
Ric
that.
Flair goes to Congress. This maximum age of consent is bullshit. Woo!
Look at this. I'm throbbing hard. I can't consent.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Oh, it's just for women.
Just for women. Yeah.
Well, do you
Just for
think
women.
Ric Flair's bagging 20-year-olds, or is he fucking people his age?
Ric Flair is
Yeah.
getting, for sure he's getting 20 years.
Well, I haven't started talking about this a bit on stage, but there was this dude who was a pool boy that I met at the show, and he basically said the rumors are true. I do smash like some of the girls, and he said it's like women that are 70.
Yeah.
Like
shit.
and he says what happens is they just start sort of like taking off their bra and they sort of like present himself while he's in the pool or whatever. And then you just
Man, if you're into
it's like the pool boy
cougars-
code though. Like he just knows, you know what I mean?
The pool boy code.
Go stand in the shallow end if you want to fuck.
Oops. She like leans over and a bunch of medication spills out.
I mean, if you're into cougars and you get into being a pool boy, that's kind of like the best.
pound
Of it. You're kind of like a
bottles
have- That's what
gigolo
it
because
is,
I imagine
yeah.
you're probably like, I better get like a serious tip out of this.
This guy was 42. But
We're just giving
okay.
Rob Schneider ideas for movies now.
the pool boy.
The pool boy.
I don't think have they done a good like pool boy that smashes tons? Probably.
Probably in the 80s, like around like
Sexy
the,
Beast.
like
Oh, yeah.
Porky's and
Yeah,
stuff.
there's probably like a straight to DVD National Lampoon's Pool
Yeah,
Boy or
exactly.
something.
It's not like a comedy, but there's like a movie with Jared Leto and Jake Gyllenhaal from the 90s where like Jared Leto fucks a mob wife's like while he's a pool boy. And they have to
yeah.
go to like Kurt Cobain's funeral in Seattle to try to escape the mob. It was pretty good.
That sounds pretty good.
It's called like The Open Road.
Although
or
Jared
something.
Leto's funny because he's like the biggest method actor, but he's in all his movies are bad. So he just turned himself into the Joker for like the worst movies ever.
Yeah.
Method acting is unbearable.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
If I ever had a friend that was into that shit,
Well, when he was the Joker, he sent used condoms to his coworkers, and I'm like, what's that have to do with the Joker?
because he's wacky like that.
Joker's
because he's like, I'm the Joker.
It was pretty twisted.
Oh, yeah. You do have an alibi for anything when you're a method guy.
If you're the Joker, especially, you're like, I'm just being twisted.
Batman, you want to know how I got these allegations?
You want to know how I got me too'd?
My character cheats. I don't know how many times I can tell you this.
My father was way too cool to be a dad.
My father was Harvey Weinstein. Do you think you get attracted to old ladies when you get old? Because I'm getting more attracted to women like in their 30s, like now I'm in my 30s, you know. Whereas when
There, I mean, there
know.
must be some element of that. Like society probably wouldn't function if you just never
Yeah.
were attracted to older women as you got older.
Yeah, But like
Well, you
old
put up
women.
with them.
Or like, yeah, but I'm
Right.
saying if you were like grossed out by them, like you are
Okay.
when you're like 20.
But
or,
think
like,
about this
like
though,
a
right? Like
60-year-old, it just-
right now, you'd probably be like, okay, 300 pounds, not good. If you were on a deserted island with 400, 300 pounders, all of a sudden you'd be
Yeah.
like, I don't know, I guess.
No, I just waited out.
Don't you?
They're
Hey,
not gonna
do
be
you
300
not?
pounds for, not gonna be 300 pounds for long.
Actually, that's what happens. You take all the food.
Yeah, I go. I'm eating, and I'll see you all in a.
Yeah,
few
put an
weeks.
armed guard on the food cave, so problem solved. No more cupcake. Okay, ask you a question.
Yeah, obviously.
when you watch a movie about like a different ethnicity, like do you get or like a
I don't
show?
do that.
Let's not a movie like a show.
I treat my art like the one drop rule. I keep it pure.
Ryan, this is an insane hypothetical. I can't even picture myself doing this.
Yeah, you do have to stay within your intersection.
100%. I've only watched True Detective season 1 and 2. Everything else is dead to
I just
me.
watched the British Office over and
I watched
over.
only the season of the Wire where we're at the docks. That was it.
That's a funny move to be like, best season of The Wire, season 2, for sure. By
on the
far
docks.
the best. My favorite rapper is Eminem, and my favorite season of The Wire is season 2.
Yeah.
No, if I get into like City of God or something like that, by the end of it, whatever thing I'm watching, I'm like a little more like noticing those types of girls afterwards.
Like black girls.
Very nurture over nature when it comes to the girls that I
right,
think are hot.
sure.
Ryan's hanging around the favelas, trying to get some
Ooh.
strange.
Favela. What's a favela?
I don't know
That's
this
City of
reference.
God.
either.
It's a cool
City of
map
God,
in
that's
Call
where-
of
I
Duty.
thought Dana was just saying some Jewish word.
No, it's the
The favela?
it's the
Favela.
Brazilian slums.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like that's where City of God.
Yeah, but you watch that shit though, you'll notice way more Brazilian girls.
Yeah.
So I think that's with old people. It's like they because you never looked at them as a sexual way,
Right.
But now you're sort of around that, and that's your option. So you sort of get it in you.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think that's probably in our biology, right? You're just like whatever's around, you get attracted to.
You can. I mean, think about even just the way that like the Kardashians made everyone in the last 5 years. Everyone like all white dudes are like, oh, I like a big ass now. That was never a thing, right?
That's true, yeah.
So I think you have to be that with like, oh yeah, I actually like wrinkly skin.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess if you're in like a nursing home, it's probably like an improv class. Like,
Isn't there that nursing? Isn't there there's like that community in Florida or whatever where they have like the highest STD rates?
Really?
And it's I can't remember what it's called, but it's like an
Fucking
old
Florida.
folks community, and they all bang, and it's just like STD central.
That's where Eric Clapton lives.
Slow Hand is the nickname.
yeah. It's a slow hand job.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
his last name already sounds very like good guy that gets pussy.
Clapton?
Yeah, Clapton.
Eric clapping them cheeks.
Yeah, clapping them cheeks. Bro.
Yeah, I think I've heard nursing homes are just like I hear they're very
This is the
horny.
beat on the street.
This is my direct intel, and I ask a lot of people. I'm a real gun.
Pretty tapped in.
So
Just call them up.
What's your tidbit on with the
I hear
vibe
they're
of nursing?
fucking a lot. that's what
I mean,
I've heard.
this is a fact about this community in Florida where like they are just all smashing, and it's like a retirement community.
Maybe it's like the heat. You just see like a mirage, and like a 70-year-old turns into like the hottest 28
Right.
year old
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
ever
yeah.
seen.
They
You're
start
like,
getting less attractive. You go back into the sun.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
in
sure
the
like when
shade.
Viagra came out, that was a real like I'm sure nursing homes weren't like that pre-Viagra.
Yeah,
so everybody
yeah.
was pretty docile and
Yes.
just kind of just.
And that's
Also, there's an
setting in.
annoying component. Like, I'm sure that there's been like a type of girl you thought was hot, and then you like dated that girl, and you're like, that girl's a nightmare.
Right.
And then she's so annoying that sort of you just stop kind of looking at it like that. And I think that's if you're like 70, like a 20-year-old probably just like like annoys
course,
you
yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
For some of them, anyway.
Yeah, for
Or
sure.
not, or they just like.
Well, I mean, I'm sure if you're like, what's his face, Quincy Jones, and you're just like, yeah, it's just what it is. It can't be seen with some old broad.
Right, yeah.
You know, you just put up with it.
Damn, if I was Quincy Jones, I just put on the Austin Powers theme song.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like, I made this. Let's fuck. I made the fucking song.
You fucked to that song?
Wouldn't that be funny though?
I honestly could see you go, Robbie's like, let me put some.
You know what?
You have a fucking bitch with a slide whistle?
Have you guys ever? Do you guys do bits? I think I've definitely put it on before sex. Be like, this
Robbie
is funny.
fucks the Red Scare.
Yeah, so like Ron DeSantis is just busted.
And then she's like, yeah, you like that? And you're like, shh. This is the best part.
I'm listening to my other girlfriends. Shut the fuck up. Dasha is talking.
That's you.
That is me, dude. One time I tried doing a bit in bed, and she was like, "What are you doing?"
What'd you go for?
I can't even say
You
it.
have to tell us. So this is.
You go, but you said 8 inches in centimeters.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't say. I said 8. I didn't say which.
I was like, this is sick, right? And she's like, shut the fuck up.
That's what you said. It was sick.
Yeah, I've done that before.
You were like, it was like on
Isn't this great?
You were trying to have a I'm the king of the world moment.
Yeah, well, I was just trying to be a joke of like a guy who's like, like as if like
that's a pretty.
it's blowing your
bit,
mind that you're having. So, I mean, it was after we'd fucked many times, and then it's like, this is awesome,
Yeah.
She's like, what are you doing?
I've definitely done a bit here and there.
Yeah, it's hard. I don't usually do it because I'm kind of like in the zone.
And what you do is if you ever eat them out, you come back and you go. Gasp for air.
Oh, that's fucking great. I go, Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah.
Houston, we're getting horny.
I come up from eating them out and I say, do not go in.
Somebody stop me.
You're just down there like a really like just bad dad. And you're like, I said, hold the flashlight.
Yeah.
Hold it steady.
You take out a
can't
small
see.
flashlight while eating them out. Like, ooh, that's no good.
Yeah.
Talk to yourself out loud. Come on, Ryan. You can do this. You got this.
Yeah, you're down there. You're like, fucking blowing this. Blowing this.
Come on, Robbie. Think
Not
of something.
liking this.
Did you say the
What did
red?
you do
Did
last
you say the red wire?
Yeah. It's like MacGyver.
It's like heat.
Yeah.
Just trying to-
She's got a big vagina.
It's gonna blow.
It's gonna.
She goes, I'm coming. You go, she's gonna blow.
There she blows. You take out a spyglass.
Yeah, so that's what I do.
They wouldn't like that at all, I think. Because that's what you say when a whale spouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bits during sex don't go over that well, but
No, you do them for yourself.
yeah, if you've been dating them for a while, you don't give a shit. You're sort of laying the framework that just this is how little I give a shit.
And I think I didn't really know how it would go over. And she's like, "What was that? Why did you do that?" And I was like, "I don't know."
Oh my god, that's so crappy.
You just do the classic guy movie. Like, did what? What are you talking
I
about?
should have done that. No, it was very obvious. That I was
I'm
doing
a
bits,
method actor.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm training for. It was for a role.
Commercial role, awkward guy.
I'm being the spaz who.
Awkward
I'm
friend.
playing the spaz who runs bits all
Was
the
this
time.
like a girlfriend or a one night stand?
It was a girlfriend at
Okay,
the time.
cool.
Somebody stop me.
Somebody stop me.
Do your Sandler voice.
He'd be Halloween, but he's scared of vaginas.
I'm gonna bet
no.
Yeah, there you go. You do something. I'm gonna get into your hoo ha.
I'm gonna get into your hoo-ha. No, I say, get in the hole, like Happy Gilmore. Don't you want to get in your home?
Yeah, that's what you do. And that's you bent over
Yeah.
holding the pegging device. Don't you want to get in your hole?
It's a one-night stand. Do you have a condom? That's something that could have come to my attention yesterday.
She's like, doesn't know who Adam Sandler
Yeah,
is. Barely. I don't.
She's like, I'm 25.
I've heard. Yeah, she's like, I've heard of him. I don't know.
Is that like Timothy Chalamet?
He's like the guy who's from the like who wears baggy shorts.
Oh yeah,
on Instagram.
The guy who played basketball, Timothy Chalamet, who looks like a professor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You go, he's got a lot of good quotes though. You go like, what are quotes? You go,
Are those like TikToks?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
It's like a TikTok that someone said.
Well, that's
in
if you come really
reality.
quick. You go, I'm sort of a TikTok generation guy. I'm trying to do things for your generation. I know
My
you
penis
guys-
is ADHD.
I know you guys move really quick these days.
Wolfgang, you're Gen Z. What are the young kids doing these days?
Get Xanax.
Sick.
Young kids are apathetic, yeah.
Some things never
Yeah.
change. Yeah.
Getting the ick. That's a big thing now.
So what is getting the ick is like a girl like sees a guy do something they don't like.
Yeah, it's something that the CCP invented to lower Western birth rates. I'm pretty sure.
It's a smart way for them to catch up.
It's
The
just a
Chinese are
Chinese guy
really
in a wig,
killing
like,
it.
isn't it just gross when your husband has feelings and he tries to confide things in you? It's like, yeah, that is pretty gross. Ji Xiao Shang.
Yeah.
Did you see that
Oh,
TikTok?
it's just me, Western man. I hate when my boyfriend cried during Titanic.
Did you see that TikTok of that white girl and she's like when she puts the ring on or whatever? Did you see that?
No,
Where
I
it's like
didn't.
this is like what happens. Did you see that where she's like when you like get engaged or whatever, and then it's like puts the ring on, and then she like has these like they're not flashbacks because they're in the future and her of like a housewife. Like this is what happens when you get married. It's just like basically you become this like housewife, but she's a white chick. but it was all like shot in China. Like if you look at all the products, they're all like
wow,
Chinese lettering on them.
Wow.
And then everybody's like, this is like all like CCP, like psyop to basically make Western people not want to get married and shit.
Dude, there's so many psyops these days and industry plans.
Hard to keep
and
up,
that shit. Yeah.
We're like 10, like maybe like a month or two away from just hot girls on TikTok being like, yeah, it just really icks me out when like a guy likes healthcare.
Yeah.
You know, like, when a guy's very critical of the CIA, it's just so like,
That's kind of what I feel about that.
You know, a real man goes and works at the office. That's all I'm saying.
That Richmond of North Virginia guy, the redhead guy, who's like, there's a weird line there. It's like, I don't like welfare. It's like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, they just sneak it into the Tyler Childers song.
Yeah. That guy.
We were talking about the He lost me with the miners pun.
That was so. You know what's funny? I was like, all right, what's everyone talking about? In the video I saw, that was the first line I saw. I was like, what the fuck is
that line stuff? Danny loves that guy.
Good song.
I think because it's weird that it's so well recorded. I mean,
Danny loved that guy so much he donated to the Republican Party.
That dude's a libertarian.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of speculation that guy's like a psyop or a plant or whatever.
They say that about literally everything. It's just one corner of the internet doesn't believe anything that's going on in the world at all.
Yeah, right.
Anything that comes out, they go, what is behind this?
I did read the thread, and it did come off like a schizo thread.
Well, basically, there was like a guy, I think that follows me, and I follow back. I forget his name, but he was like, he runs like a marketing agency or whatever.
Yeah.
And he, I guess, like helped that guy get popular or whatever, but it was like...
Okay.
But it was... it was like, oh, look at this. He had this team trying to make him popular, and you're just like, well, that's everybody, though.
Yeah, but this guy's like, he has nothing. As far as I understand, I think the guy you're talking about, like, he posted the thing, but I don't think he actually like they work together. Maybe they do.
I think it's a little too well recorded for it to just be like it's really.
Well, no, it
sounds amazing.
That guy, there's this YouTube channel called like something West Virginia, and they just showcase like musicians from like Appalachia or whatever.
Okay.
So if you look at this guy's and a lot of the other people, like if you look at all the recordings, like it's literally them sitting beside like a campfire on an iPhone.
Okay.
And that's all their recordings, and then some whoever owns that YouTube channel did like these recordings of all these people, not just that guy.
Okay.
That's their don't tell comedy.
Basically, that is their don't tell comedy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Radio WV.
That's
Radio
All right,
WV,
mystery solved. I got way too into the conspiracy. Yeah. I was like,
and then they did professional recordings for all these people. There's a bunch of other people who are actually really good there, and then they that guy just fucking.
Yeah, I would think that's up your alley if you're like into Dead and all that kind of folky stuff.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
He just didn't like the lyrics.
Just don't like people.
I wasn't any. I just read that one thread where that guy was like, he's a plant, and then like, you know, I can get kind of into conspiracies.
Yeah.
And they were like, his real name is blank, and he owns property here, and
and he's Jewish.
And worst of all, he's a fucking
like, whoa.
Jew.
Yeah. And that's where everybody just pumps the brakes.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Whoa.
Oh, I ain't about to start supporting no Jewish musicians.
That's how they get the conspiracy theories that are onto something. They just like sneak an anti-Semitic guy in there. It's like, these motherfucking Jews. And it's like, all right, guys, we got to put a pin in this.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all of them eventually. That guy.
Yeah.
That guy's in the mix.
Yeah.
I have a theory Ben Shapiro's Jewish. No, that guy just looks like everyone I made at Skankfest.
Yeah.
The Richmond of Virginia.
Yeah. All
guy.
he's missing is a USA bandana.
Yeah. I was half expecting to Robbie, I love you, you know?
You know what it is? It's that, you know how like there'll be like a rapper and they find out, oh, he's actually from the suburbs?
Right.
That's finding out that guy like,
Is
grew
rich,
that guy's dad like, that's not true. That guy's dad was like a bank teller. Like,
That's
That's true.
The
That's
level.
a good point. Dude, the funniest was someone was like, this sucks. Here's some real good music. And it was just some guy rapping about being non-binary. I was like, well, this is far worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess he's like the Rick Ross of like conservative folk music. He's like,
apparently, but
Yeah.
you think you're
No, I don't know.
Yeah,
The dude's like, we were talking about
Just a
yesterday.
guy.
He's just like a guy who works at a factory or whatever.
oh, he
and-
actually works at a factory?
No, this
Yeah,
guy's
like
a fucking
apparently he
real
was like
deal.
he like went
Yeah.
into his shift on the day after he like fucking
Dude, his
blew
8
up.
miles.
The HRT hormones factory.
What's that?
The HRT
The
hormones
HRT
factory.
He works at the Pfizer plant.
Yeah, I worked at the Pfizer factory. And then HRT came to town.
I just think we should get our booster shots.
That'd be amazing if that's the
Yeah,
factory.
he has just one that he's sneaking in.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm critical of the government, I get a splitting headache that feels like a subdermal chip in my head, ready to explode.
My coworkers keep dying of heart attacks randomly. And
My buddy asked for a raise, and 3 minutes later, child porn was found on his computer.
if you look into it, Xi Jinping's not that bad, and Taiwan really should be a part of one China.
Oh man.
I'm a little freaked out about nuclear war lately because of because I saw that Oppenheimer, and then I did like a deep dive. They just had I was just listening to Sam Harris, and they had like some fucking nuclear expert on. I was like, oh, we might be close to it.
Do you like Sam Harris?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
I'm a fan. Why? He's gonna stare me down.
No, I'm just like, I don't know.
I mean, I like him. Yeah. I mean, it's very guest dependent and topic dependent, but I like him. Yeah.
Did you meditate? Are you into meditating?
I just started meditating. Actually,
he's got you on all this stuff, huh?
Yeah. yeah.
I just don't the meditation stuff for me. I was like thinking of this the other day. I was like, his whole deal is being the meditation guy.
Yeah.
But he seems like the grumpiest, like, you know what I mean, most irritable guy in the world.
He is a little bit of a crank.
It's like I feel like I'm less cranky and irritable than him, and his whole deal is meditating all the time.
It's weird to be a guy that's like, when you die, it's an endless void of nothing, and then be like, but chill out.
Yeah.
That's like a weird guy to be the chill guy.
Yeah. Well, it's very funny because he does sound like a guy who like rants and raves, but he says it like very calmly. You know, he's like, if you actually look at the statistics, these black people are really making too much of a fuss. You know what I mean? Like, it's like,
he takes really, really long to say it.
Right.
Like he'll basically his point was like, I think the numbers are a little blown on this, and that'll take him an episode or two.
Yeah, it's like 4 hours of just like. Anyway, yeah, they're just exaggerating. That's the whole thesis.
He's like anime for right-wing talking points. He just like explains how he got to his theory. Like,
well, the one thing I don't like about Sam Harris is he clearly loves to hear himself talk. Like he like
That's
loves.
why he talks so slow?
Yeah, he talks like, right. So here's the thing, right? Okay, and you know he says a lot. He says right a lot. That does bug me. But I like him overall because.
It's sort of like there's the white like university intellectual is sort of the same as like the black intellectual has the one where they go, and the traumagification of the like he's the white version of that. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I just read this great article about Eric Adams. He's a crazy person.
Yeah.
Have you read it? He was,
Oh really?
It's fucking nuts, dude.
Mayor of New York.
The mayor of New York. Yeah, read this New York article. He always like talks in rhymes like that. He's like, I was dejected. I was rejected, and now I'm elected.
I love that shit.
He carries a gun, right?
And he carries a gun. He's also like a militant vegan. Like he's like a militant vegan.
Psyop.
dude,
Psyop.
he and Dr. Umar both have the best like cadence for talking.
Who's Dr. Umar?
Dr.
You don't know Dr. Umar?
Dr.
No,
Umar's
that?
like the guy that's basically like, black dudes,
A black
stop
supremacist.
fucking those white women, you know. But he says like everything in threes.
What,
Like, I don't know, like sometimes I'll just go around the house like doing the cadence and I'll be like, ladies and gentlemen, I am having gay sex. I am having gay sex. Ladies and gentlemen. He says like everything in threes.
Chris
so he does like Chris
Yeah.
Rock. Yeah, it's like the Chris Rock setup.
Yeah, it's that same.
That is like it's black preacher.
It's a southern like Bible belt.
We gotta
Yeah.
get back to Africa.
irreverently, inevitably, foreverably.
Black guys love rhyming on time.
Yeah, dude. They like
Get your point across.
Yeah,
Dr. Umar is great though.
So wait, yeah. Can we get a clip or something of Dr. Umar by chance, Frank? I really
surprised you're not tapped into
I've
that
never heard of
stuff.
this man. I was like, from the guy who went to White Castle.
Yeah. It's a very Dr. Seussian cadence. They are definitely like
Dr. Seuss.
They went to the
Like-
same. They got the same PhD
Yeah.
in rhyming to get your point across.
Anyways,
So yeah,
whatever.
what's his deal though? So he's just like he's a black supremacist.
Wouldn't like you. He wouldn't like you much.
Hey, I think I could win him over.
Yeah.
With my
Robbie,
bits.
Robbie, we're both mixed race people. We would not win over the guy that's like, stay with your own, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we go against his entire thesis.
Yeah.
No, I'd be one of the good ones. No.
Well, yeah. If you're racist, it's almost like you agree with him. He's like, because he really is like, white people shouldn't, like
shouldn't.
black people should never date white people. Like, and you kind of could be like, buddy, you're speaking my language.
Anthony Cumia is like, this guy's spitting.
You're
Some
spitting.
people about
my-
this topic, a lot of heated debates. People want to know, can you be pro-black and date outside your race?
Absolutely not.
And I got my good brother right here, who's an advocate, and he says that you can be pro-black and date outside.
Impossible.
So wait, which one's Dr.
cannot.
Umar?
Marriage is
The
a
guy,
business.
this guy.
That guy?
When you get married, you commit your mind, your body, your heart, your soul, and your pocketbook. your savings, your estate, your wealth.
Oh, he's closing his eyes too, like Eminem in 8 Mile.
He speaks in
when
poems.
you marry, you don't marry an individual. You marry into a race. You marry into a
Preach,
community.
brother.
So I didn't marry a Jewish woman. I married into Jewish society.
Wait, he's
I
married
didn't
to a
marry
Jew?
an Asian woman. I married into an Asian family. There's no way you can claim to love black people, especially as a black man, knowing that only 1 out of every 4 black women will get married in her lifetime. We have the lowest.
This guy's
female
very
marriage rate
entertaining.
in the country.
He's great.
It's
Yeah.
like
Didn't he say he was gonna start
That
a
means
school?
75%
He did.
of black women will
Yeah,
never
he-
ever know what it feels
Yeah, I
like.
got my
to be
master's in not
proposed
dating
to.
white people.
And if you care about the black community, you got to care about saving the black family because the family is the essential.
So you need to essentially get,
institution
like,
of a community.
date a black
the
girl and
only
then
way
send
you
him
can save a
pictures, you
family
know?
is to
Yeah.
build a family. You can only build a family with
I
a
must
black
say that
woman.
Goku has
Absolutely not.
irrevocably
You cannot
damaged the
talk
black community.
black.
Our obsession with Goku.
I'll tell you,
has
he's
got to
tapped
stop.
in. Look at he's
I mean, he's so entertaining. The way he talks is like very captivating,
member
and
of
also
the
like his
race
getup. He's like wearing a
that
pink
enslaved
sweater
in
vest
the
and a
human
tie.
this.
race.
If you were black, you'd be into this. This is the Sam
Why
Harris
would
for black
I?
people.
Yeah.
Under the
Yeah,
rape,
yeah.
in the lynching, in the slavery, in the
No, he's Tim
It
Dillon.
sounds like that guy in Kanye's sketches from the college dropout. The first one, like, and then you go to college, and then you get your degree, and your degree isn't worth anything.
It takes a long time to say one sentence worth of
Right.
stuff.
I actually am getting Tim Dillon vibes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was
Enough
gonna
of
say.
that.
All right, yeah, you can turn.
Well, it's the difference between like I always say like stand up. The whole thing is you're like, how can I say this really complicated thing in like a sentence or
Right.
two, right? Those guys are like, how can I say this one sentence in 3 or 4 hours?
Right. I'm actually getting Tim
How can I-
Dillon vibes where it's
There's
like,
just a
all
guy
right,
in the
I
back
said
going-
something, and let me just keep it rolling and rolling and
Just
rolling.
keep going.
Yeah.
The headliner's not here yet. He's still 20 minutes late. This is still a black comedy show.
And now, and for example, if you had dated a Hawaiian woman, you'd be married into that Hawaiian family.
If you were a Hawaiian woman, you'd be eating spare ribs and pineapples and the pork thing and the luau.
That is, I can't remember. It was,
Perhaps if you dated a Filipino and ate halu halu.
it's him on stage.
Like that
stretching.
weird egg with that not fully formed chicken egg thing. And
If you dated a Uyghur, is this a real thing? Anyway, you'd be a Uyghur. This sounds racist.
Who's the Never Touch a Black
any
Man's
any
radio guy?
birthdays out there?
Who here is dating outside
Chris
their
Tucker.
race? Who here is dating out? Who's here's on a first date? Same race only.
yeah, I think that's the guy who apparently he raised all this money to. He's like promising to open a school.
He just released a video.
And everybody's like, "Where's the school at?"
He just
Well, he's been
released a video
schooling
on
people
it.
nonstop.
Yeah, he's,
Did he?
Yeah, he dropped one. It's like we just put in the HVAC, the electricity, ladies and gentlemen. The HVAC is done. I said the HVAC is done.
They've been
I thought this
and, like
was
apparently
scam.
people he's been promising it for like a decade or something.
Yeah, and they've been taking the money, and like he didn't really provide any like proof. It just was in front of a building that kind of looked like a school, but it was like
Yeah.
the corner of it.
right. And you're
But he's just like,
this could be
we
it.
built it.
It is funny to like have those stances because if that guy, if he found out that he was like banging white chicks, it'd be like a scandal for him.
Oh,
You know
That
what
was
I
the
mean?
thing that happened. That happened on Twitter.
Oh, did
He
it?
was at the mall talking to a white girl with white dreads,
Oh
like
my
selling
God.
crystals. And then it was like, oh no, the Snow Batty allegations have come out. And then he like posted the receipts of like, I was there with my wife and that bitch was annoying us. And like, it's just like,
That's actually everyone's like, yeah, she probably was.
yeah.
But that is
He went to
so
go
funny.
dress her down for stealing.
I love
her
the idea of
culture.
that guy like rizzing up
Yeah.
of Crystal's white girl, being like, "What is your sign? What's your meteorology? What is? Are you a Gemini? Are you a
yeah. Yeah, what is your astrological nominal sign? But
yeah. Sorry.
I would just feel like if he gets caught now, he's just like, that snow bunny was AI generated. That was an AI generated snow bunny. I was not having sex.
It's a psyop by the Chinese, the
Clapping cheeks.
CCP, trying to
I said it was
take me
AI
down.
generated.
Yeah, that guy cannot even look at if he got caught watching like white porn, just anything. You know what I mean?
Oh
that
my
guy's
God.
his
He's
whole
like a new
brand.
Farrakhan.
It's like when
basically.
a conservative gets caught, like like
Having
tapping
gay
a
sex.
shoe.
Trans
Yeah,
porn.
yeah. Ted Cruz got popped for that, and Alex Jones, I think, both of them.
really.
Take out pop for incest porn.
Oh, incest
Yeah,
porn,
it was
right?
incest
Alex
porn.
Jones was trans porn.
Alex Jones isn't as big of a bust because he's not like the craziest like social conservative. Ted
No,
Cruz, that's a
true.
bust.
Yes, yes, 100%. And I watched Blair White, or that girl. I watched clips of her on Alex Jones, and there's a little sexual chemistry. I gotta say, he's like, you're a beautiful woman. I look at you and I see a real woman.
He's like, yeah, but he's like a party guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wouldn't consider himself probably. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I
he's-
think people say that's a bust, and he'd be kind of like, yeah, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, he's like, look, we've all been there. It's hot. Okay, what do you want me to tell you?
He's a bro. Yeah. He could be like, buddy,
I would
fucking
so
smashed.
much. I would so much rather hang out with Alex Jones than Ted Cruz in a fucking
my
second.
God.
Are you kidding me? Obviously. Ted Cruz would be a nightmare to hang out
I mean,
with.
dude, you couldn't even be seen with Ted Cruz. Like Ted Cruz is like an ugly girl. You gotta be like, can we just like, be in the back corner kind of thing. Like,
Yeah, if I saw Ted Cruz at a party, I would not get a picture. If I saw Alex
I'm not
Jones,
getting a photo with Ted Cruz.
if I see Alex Jones, I'm sprinting across.
I'm
the
like,
room.
I want to hang out with Alex Jones all night. Like, I'm gonna be not leaving his side.
We're going to Tyler.
It's time for me to tell you the things I can't say on Infowars. I'm like, here we fucking go.
Yeah.
Let's go, yeah. Who are the sources that you keep referencing? That's what I'd like to know.
Who are the experts that give you these big books?
Some receptionist that like works in like the library. It's a government employee.
Yeah, look, she worked for the government, the NSA. She's a very cute woman at the very beginning of the when you walk in.
No, Ted Cruz walks into a party. Everyone goes, "All right, I'll see you tomorrow."
Yeah. Who the fuck told him about the fucking party? He brought like 3 dudes, too.
Ted Cruz would 100% roll in with dudes.
Yeah. Like 3 guys who look exactly.
He'd also roll in with 3 beers. You know what I mean?
Hey guys, I brought the brewskis. We already had a few.
He brought 3 drinks and then he drinks 2 and brings the other one home in the case.
Yeah, he brings it home. He goes, yeah, I'm just gonna take that back.
Yeah. No, he is like the
Cruise on out of here with that.
Yeah, time to cruise on out, cruise on in, cruise on
He would have a
out.
catchphrase for himself.
Yeah, that no one's into.
he is like the perfect example of like you're going to see like a comic you really like, and then you end up getting stuck with one of their like fans after the show.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
You're like, oh, dude, you suck.
Yeah. Oh boy, I thought you were just gonna get a picture and leave.
Yeah,
That would be, you'd go to the Dead concert and you guys would get stuck. Cruz would be there.
he would be there.
So what's your guys' favorite album? I love Europe '79. Like, all right, Ted.
No, he wouldn't know the older stuff. either.
Yeah. I'm just a John Mayer fan.
Cruz would be mad that they kept like playing like the longer version.
Yeah,
What was that all about?
Yeah, I liked when they did a cover of All Along the Watchtower. Okay,
Yeah, of
cool.
course you did.
All right, Teddy.
Oh man. Yeah, I feel like it's funny because other people, like even other Republicans, will just like openly talk shit about him too. It sounds like he's just like the worst. Like people just really don't like
I
him.
think people in Texas must like him if he keeps getting elected.
I think they probably like what he does, but I don't think. I mean, like just personality wise, like people are like I've
think
heard
he's-
people say like I get along with everybody in Congress across the aisle except for Ted Cruz.
I think he's like solely supported by like just Southern Texas church women, because that is
Yeah.
like the kind of boy like, oh, you're such a cute little.
Yeah, because he's really religious.
Yeah, he's
right?
really religious,
Yeah,
and he
so-
just has like a kind of a doughy church boy face.
He does, yeah. Have you ever see that BuzzFeed video where he quotes The Simpsons?
No.
It is so cringe. It's so funny. He's like he just like quote. He like tries to do the voices too. He's like Marge, dough. Because he's a big Simpsons fan, apparently. So he got the
He's
quotes
like, this'll
pretty down.
get the kids
yeah,
on board.
This was back in like 2015 when he was trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot he was trying to be president.
He came close. He was like he got second place. In,
Oh, really?
In 2015, yeah, yeah,
He was second
really?
to Trump?
yeah. He was second. He was the last one standing. Yeah.
Oh, crazy. I
He
didn't
won
know.
Iowa.
I actually didn't know that.
I didn't know
They've
that.
never erased that from the history books, it feels like.
Yeah. No one remembers the primary. I mean, that was a great primary just because Trump like put on a great show.
Yeah.
that the Republican primary.
Called his wife ugly.
He might skip the debates. Trump. It's supposed to be in like 2 weeks.
Why? Because he is.
So does that mean everyone's skipping the debates?
No,
No. They all just fight for the scraps, basically. I think that's his idea.
Are you allowed to just skip the debates?
I think you can. Yeah, you don't have to debate.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Oh, it's only to your. Why would he skip them though? That's his deal.
Because he's like, I'm winning.
Oh well, yeah. Why would?
He's just like,
okay.
why would I do that?
Yeah,
I'm
there's
I'm
like no-
winning.
yeah,
I
you
don't-
just go there and get
no
attacked.
benefit to me. And
Guys,
all
I'm
this-
still working on my hour.
Yeah, it's a bunch of new material. It's not ready for TV yet, but that's okay. Come to the live show.
Last 15 minutes, I've been doing a Q&A.
I can't stop watching. I cannot stop watching him go. I did everything right, and they indicted me.
Do you think when he does his like stadium tours where he does his hour-and-a-half speeches, do you think like if you catch him on one of the early ones, they're not as tight?
Yeah, no, he
We're waiting for the lake show. Get a couple drinks in.
Yeah.
This
The
crowd's sober.
first crowd's very tight Thursday night crowd.
7
Not
o'clock.
good, not good.
The DNC came in. They papered the room. I was moving tickets, and they papered the room.
I should have done a door deal. Once again, I didn't do the door deal. I took a flat rate, but that's
I gotta wake up at 7 and go do radio.
They put up half-price tickets.
right.
There's no reason they were selling good.
Who here in the crowd came here because they heard me on the radio? Nobody. That's what I thought.
Oh, they did a Matt Rife raffle. Oh, that's humiliating.
Oh, boy. Bad show, but I think I'm gonna get a few good clips from it at least.
You know, he paid that black guy to say the N-word for him. In his
It's really true. Look into it.
He doesn't do the clubs first, right? He just goes right into the arena.
Yeah. Well, he did
We're in
his
the
first
state
few
fair.
rallies back. He was like a little more like, I remember because like I think the news was like kind of dunking on like, oh, he's lost his mojo, he's not as good. I remember when he tried out Ron DeSanctimonious. It was like when Ron was like really popular.
The worst nickname.
Yeah, he goes like Ron DeSanctimonious. He kind of like slips it in there, like and now he's like Ron DeSanctimonious or DeSanctus, I call him. You know, he does work it out.
It is true because I remember when he started doing the rallies, the clips coming out were sort of whatever, and now the clips are like they're all fat fucking pigs. Like that. You know what I mean? Just like
I'm getting indicted and Rosie's at it again.
These are terrorist pedophiles. Like he's on it now.
I mean, he's dropping heat. I did everything right and they indicted me. Might be like my favorite of his of all time. That's so funny. It's just what a great argument. I did everything right and they indicted me
91 times.
And then he goes, he keeps saying this. He's like, and they saying I didn't even know what indicted meant before any of this. Did you guys? I don't think so. They're making up new words. I think
he didn't say that.
Yeah, he did. I swear to God, he said that.
He didn't know.
He said he didn't. He's like, I didn't know what indicted meant.
He's like, I'm so just down the straight and narrow. I've never even heard that term before.
That's basically what he said.
That does suck though that he's doing the big rallies and even the early ones. Everything that happens is like imagine you're doing your first hour, like, and then you know every clip is getting everywhere.
Yeah,
it's a lot. You're doing a special your first night on.
You know
like
what,
when Louis came back.
I want to say like a year or like a year and a half ago, they actually like weren't covering him. Like they were making a point of not. Like he was doing these rallies and you weren't even hearing about them because I think they were like CNN and MSNBC were like, you know what, if we just like ignore him, he'll go away. Yeah, and we don't want to like help him. And then now they're like, fuck, we have to.
I think they're still doing that though because all the rally clips I see have the Newsmax banner.
Oh, okay.
So I think they're still.
Well, yeah, Newsmax, but they still have to at least report on the rallies happening. Whereas before they were like, we're not even. Like we're gonna pretend like these aren't even happening.
Yeah,
I think when his fans like put it out, or did they were doing like a Yonder Bags thing?
Yonder
Bags. Put your phone in the bag. It's not.
It's not ready yet. It's not ready. It's not you guys. It's the cancel police. They'll cancel me like they did Dave Chappelle.
The seller put that set up without asking. It was a good set, but
Louis C.K. It was good material once he worked it out. But honestly, he's killing in the room. You can tell. I don't know what to tell you. Yes, I think it's an overcorrection because in like 2015, 2016, they would just like they showed every single rally he did. In fact, I remember it was funny. CNN literally just showed the empty podium before he got on stage.
Well, because they were just
hour.
like, this guy has no chance of winning, so let's just milk this
ratings.
And he's like, he's not going to win, so who cares?
It's kind of funny. It was like weirdly mutually like cable news felt like it was dying, and then Trump showed up, and that like almost gave him like a second win. Yeah, you know.
And then
now they're just dying again.
You watch it, don't you? You said.
Yeah, I watch cable news. I flip through all the channels.
Really?
Yeah, I want to see what's going on.
He bought cable. He's gonna get his money's worth.
Exactly. I have cables. I want to see what they're.
I kind of want to get cable back. I like it for basketball, basically.
Honestly, I only watch it mostly for sports.
Yeah. Good on not having cable.
What's that?
Good on not having cable.
It's a waste.
Yeah, cable sucks now.
I just like it for live sports. Like I just want to be able to
when basketball's on, it's great. Yeah.
Are you like sober and you don't drink?
No, I drink.
Oh, so I
he goes to Grateful Dead concerts.
Yeah, dude, I go to bar. Well, you know, like there are those guys that show up like Ted Cruz that are like, I'll refuse the grilled cheese. I'm not gonna have it. I'm not gonna.
I mean, at the Dead, like
the
at the Dead and like fish shows and stuff. There's like this table of all the people who are the sober people, and they all meet up at every intermission to just like avoid the temptations of intermission. Yeah,
there is.
I mean, these are people who you could tell like
I love
this is like
videos.
Ruining their fucking lives.
Yeah,
sure. Oh, right. I guess they're those guys are sober from doing like 40 whippets before fucking.
Yeah, these are people who are like, I was like doing heroin at the shows and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Fish, that'd be hard to be sober at. They go hard because I went to Dead and Fish this year, and Fish they went way harder. Like everyone was fucked.
Well, Dead fans are pretty old.
I was bartending.
There's actually a lot of young people at Dead now.
Yeah.
They got really popular like in the last 2 or 3 years. I want to say.
Do you listen to Tedeschi Trucks at all?
I actually used to back in the day.
I bartended one of their like events, like because I used to work at a bar near the Beacon Theater, and like they came in and they were just like they just came in with like balloons in the bar. Our door guy was like a cool black guy, so he's not like aware that they're just doing nitrous. So they just like let him in. They were just doing like just
at City Field. They were when we went. People were walking in with balloons. Dude. I'm like, you guys don't know what these balloons are in these balloons. I just don't care.
That was terrifying at Shakedown Street. Across the street, they have like this little like mini city basically, and I was like kind of like the mushrooms like kind of coming up, and like there was like
you just hear balloons
exploding everywhere. And I was like, this is a nightmare. It was like I felt like I felt like, am I in Iraq? Like what the fuck? Yeah. Yeah. Nitrous, huh? What does it do? It's just like
it makes you giddy and silly. I mean, it's like what they use for as like an anesthetic, for dentist stuff. Yeah, if you're getting like an oral procedure.
But
it's at Skankfest. I was getting into that.
Oh yeah, that's a big.
Well, I'm always like, I'll do one, and then it's like, all right. And I'm like, no. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah. You ain't doing just one.
No, you're just like the house from Up.
I mean, that's like my favorite when you read those shows and everybody's just like, you leave them like a little late and everybody's like all just like walking around there all like shaking and shit.
My roommate was doing them, and I was in the next room over, and he called me to ask which one was the right remote for the TV. Oh, yeah. He sounded like he was having a great time, though.
They're great.
No, that's like, you said it's called hippie crack, but I'm the hippie that it's crack for because I can't get out of it. It's an endless loop.
Well, because it's really short, right? It only lasts.
Yeah, it's like 30 seconds or 45 seconds.
See, I don't get the point of that. That's kind of like...
You do it 1,000 times in a row.
Yeah, there you go. You just have like 1,000 empty balloons.
Literally. Dude, I've been to parties where they use those like the little air like cartridges for like, whipped cream or whatever.
Yeah.
And like I've been at parties where at the end of the night, there's like a giant bag of empties.
Oh my God.
Like 500 of these things empty.
That's amazing.
Yeah. It's not, but...
Whip it good.
No, I'm on that. You get me started on the whippets.
Oh yeah, I used to get these when I lived in Toronto. My friend used to steal tanks of actual laughing gas from the maternity ward at the hospital because they actually like gave them to pregnant people and women, and that shit was the best. Like the actual laughing gas.
Yeah,
because there's a difference. The shit you get whippets is like food grade.
Right.
It's not like
the real thing.
Yeah, this is like the real deal.
We had a tank me and Danny had an old office in Toronto.
Yeah,
we just had a fucking whippets tank in the fucking office.
These torpedoes. They're like,
oh my God.
Yeah, that's the best.
Maybe I'll try it. I think I've done it. I think I might have done it at Skankfest, but I didn't really do that much for me.
Gotta do more.
You did it wrong.
More.
Didn't inhale.
I did not inhale. I did not whip it. I did smack it. Do you guys miss Toronto at all, or are you guys...
I'm going back now. I miss the people. I think Toronto's sick city, and obviously miss all like the people.
The six.
New York's cool.
I was just there on the weekend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You had I saw that like an Instagram page was blocked because you were in Canada.
Yeah, you can't look at
watch
the
news.
There's no news on Instagram or Facebook. You can't get any news in
Toronto?
Canada. In Canada, in the whole country.
That's crazy.
I know,
Why?
Justin Trudeau was trying to help journalists.
Misinformation.
No, it was, you can say.
No, literally, like they passed some bill where they were trying to get Facebook to compensate all the news agencies because basically, like if you go and you post a link to an article on your Facebook page or Instagram, the government was like, yeah, Facebook should be compensating the news for like providing, and they're like, no, we're not going to do
It's the equivalent of the government making a rule that you have to pay your guests $500 and you just saying I won't have guests anymore.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is like what always happens with these things.
Yeah, for sure.
So then it backfired because I guess the government was like, yeah, they'll just pay, and they were like,
and people were on board. I get it because people were on board. They were like, well, don't you think journalists should be compensated? And you're just like, okay, but there is no should and shouldn't. It just doesn't shake down like that.
Yeah, that's
also journalists are already like rich because they're morally compromised.
Yeah.
Well, not in Canada. I mean, some are, but like there's still a lot of them get money from the government to begin with. Like the government is already subsidizing them.
Right.
And then
he overplayed his hand.
Yeah. That's a really dumb government.
He's an idiot.
Yeah.
The lowest, he's like the worst prime minister in years. And the problem is they don't leave, right? They don't have term limits. They're there forever.
Isn't he a Nepo? Wasn't his dad?
Yeah, his dad was the prime minister.
I mean, that's every president and prime minister these days.
True, yeah. He just got divorced, right? Separated.
Oh, that only ups his likability.
Yeah, don't you be smirched.
Right? Yeah, don't fucking talk shit on him, dude.
They consciously uncoupled.
Yeah. No, that's it's over.
Yeah. Damn. Whatever topic, but he stinks.
Yeah, there's nothing. The only thing he was good on was when he first ran, and then he's like, I'm going to legalize weed.
Hell yeah. Sick.
And then he actually did it. And you're like, all right, that's something.
That was Cuomo's Hail Mary, too. He's like, we're gonna make weed legal.
It's not a bad Hail Mary.
It's a pretty good one, yeah.
Yeah.
Because now I smoke weed. Now I smoke weed again. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Cuomo.
City just stinks like shitty weed all the time.
Yeah, it does stink.
The only problem with the legalizing weed well, not the only one, I guess, but like the main thing that is actually undebatably bad about it is it turns the downtown core. It gets rid of all the shops and they all become dispensaries.
Yeah.
And then, like, if you go back to Toronto, you're just like, oh, let's go to that cool, like, fucking clothes store. And you're like, that's a dispensary. Oh, what about, there used to be a convenience store on this corner. You walk over, oh, that's a dispensary. And everything's a dispensary.
They've gone full circle now where they're now starting to close. Like, they're like, oh, shit, I can't even cut
They
it.
maxed out?
No, they're just like, they're like, we can't make money selling weed. It's become so competitive that they are actually like, it's just a regular business now.
Yeah.
You're not like doing some black market thing. They have to buy it from the government to sell it. Like they and they just like can't cut it. It's a hard, you're like selling liquor or something.
What you want in a downtown core is shirts that open up and sell 3 T-shirts and they're there for 6 months before they run out of their funds.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what you know what I mean. That's the kind of culture you want in a cool downtown core.
Oh, it says The Sopranos on it. It's like one of those shitty $50 shirt. Yeah, that's a great deal.
It's gonna be worth it though when we have a combination Pizza Hut
And
weed
dispensary.
dispensary.
Oh my
Taco
God.
Bell.
I mean,
my God.
I went to one in Toronto on the weekend that's like a liquor store and a dispensary. Like the liquor store's upstairs, dispensary's downstairs.
I've heard there's a big New York turf war between the liquor stores and this like
Well, there's only one legal dispensary in New York City.
Yeah, right.
Every single one of them is illegal, but one.
There's one. The one
on Broadway is the only legal.
It's a
one.
don't ask, don't tell situation. Really.
No, no. So it's exactly the same thing that happened in Toronto and Canada is happening here right now. So now they're starting. If you are a landlord and you rent your space to someone who has a dispensary, then now the government's like, we're finding the landlords.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Right, which is exactly what they did in Toronto. The funniest thing they did in Toronto is they had these dispensaries which would they would bust them and then they would reopen the next day and they would bust them and then they started taking those giant like concrete slabs. They're like 10 tons.
Oh, remember that?
Remember that? And then they would take like forklifts and they would block the entrances. They would just like
Oh my
stack them
God.
up. And then one time
The
they
real
did that
war.
and there was a guy inside.
Yeah. Please, I need to see my family.
Hello.
I'm trapped in here with so much marijuana.
Yeah. but then like it was just so crazy that then the owners of the dispensaries, they got their own forklifts and they just moved them.
That's awesome.
It's like a
and
Sopranos
reopened.
plot line.
It was like insane.
Or even that, that's a Family Guy plot line, honestly.
Dude, it was a weird time. And then every comedy show was a weed comedy show.
I'm doing a weed comedy show on Friday.
Right now, in New York comedy, like a lot of the BYOB liquor, like venues are getting shut down.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
Fuck.
I think 7th Street's like shut down for good now.
Stop it.
Yeah.
I was there like 3 days ago.
I don't know, 'cause this is the
Done?
word that's going around. Yeah, because they didn't get a liquor license. Like they
don't need a liquor license.
Well, like you need it for some. There's a provisional
Well, they're kinda
license you
saying
need
we're
for
a party,
BYOB.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think like I don't know, cops showed up and are like cracking down. So
A cop showed up and they're like, they're like, who's in charge here? And Mike Harrington came out. And they're like, all right, we're shutting this place down.
That sucks.
I hope they figure that out.
Yeah.
He's got a year lease on that place.
Yeah, isn't Sesh BYOB?
I guess that's going to be a dispensary now.
yeah, Sesh is also BYOB, but I think that maybe they have like all the stuff
And
they need, or
Barbershop.
then they're next. I don't know. Yeah, let's just
A lot of
say
the best
all the
shows.
places for the cops.
I hope
to
the
find.
cops
You're
aren't,
snitching
I hope
right
the
now.
cops aren't listening right now.
This is
Boy, it's a real shame none of them booked me. Anyway, Barbershop, Sesh, 7th Street. Don't go there, cops.
Yeah, when the cop dad whose son hates him overhears his son listening to this, it's gonna be big trouble for all of us.
Officer Goodwin is gonna make a few visits.
That's a bummer.
That stinks.
Yeah, no, in actuality, that's.
But anyways, by our office, they have like 4 right over there where our
everywhere.
studio is. It's just that's the one crappy thing is it really does take over because it's I guess such a profitable model.
It's such a huge tourist thing. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Like my friend was from Toronto this weekend, and he's like, He's like, where can I buy weed? And I'm like, fucking everywhere.
Walk down the
Yeah.
street.
Literally anywhere.
It's crazy how it's literally it is really.
I know
everywhere.
dudes that were drug dealers, like mainly like weed, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And then like when that came, they thought it was going to shut them down, and they were like, it kind of didn't really affect me at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because basically what happens is the government gets involved, then it's like I don't know if it's worse weed or whatever, but it's definitely not cheaper.
It's worse weed.
More
and
expensive.
They put a huge tax on it. So like, I know lots of people who's in Toronto.
They just-
still
and they
do
just-
Yeah, I mean all the bootleggers are still in business.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, son, I'm a company man now. I work for
yeah.
the dispensary.
You're telling me they're shutting down the speakeasy comedy shows?
Yeah.
The dispensary on First, right by Stuytown, I'm like, there's no way this is legal because it feels exactly like buying from a dealer, like the same exact.
But the thing
kinda
is, you
guy.
could a lot of those like were selling weed even before it got legal too. Like
This is a new one. This one definitely did open up.
Oh, okay.
And it says dispensary up front, which is how you know it's on the up and up.
Yeah,
it is crazy to think your drug dealer just has like a fucking storefront now.
Yeah.
A respectable businessman.
It's like, now they're living the life of clerks.
The here too is weird because in Toronto, when they had dispensary licenses, they were like, you can never have been convicted of like selling weed if you want a license in dispensary. And here they're like, we actually give preferential treatment if you've been convicted of crime. Yeah.
Are there no like gay men that smoke weed though? Because it's like every dispensary I've seen has just had zero like interior design. They all look like the most.
Some of them are. There was one we walked into. Fuck, where was it? We were out, and I was with Lev actually, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, but we were Lev, and then we saw a place, and we thought it was sold ice cream, and then
Lev was like, "Ooh, we have to stop in."
No, it was my idea. I'd like to just say it was my idea to go get ice cream. Lev actually went and got shawarma or something, but I was like, I think this is an ice cream shop, and then we walked in and it was a dispensary.
Dude, I mean, ice cream flavors and weed flavors do sound very similar. There's
it was like all pink, and like you're like, I think this is like an ice cream shop.
Yeah.
Can I have a birthday cake? And like, and they give you like a fucking 8.
That's what you and Lev get up to late at night, eh?
Yeah. Ooh, I wonder if there's any scoops around.
I could go for a scoop. I could go for a scoop.
Ooh, but maybe I want shawarma before my scoop.
No, he didn't get ice cream. I just got ice cream. And his girlfriend got ice cream.
Oh, thank God there was a girl there. 2 boys getting ice cream together.
Yeah.
Although I've done that a lot.
But you know what I'm talking about, right? It's usually like a place with like
Pornhub
font.
I think it's just that weed gives you like the worst ideas for like decoration and like weed fucks with your mind enough that you think Rick and Morty stuff is cool, you know? So I kind of see. I think you just get really lazy, and interior design just takes a lot of work.
And I think a lot of them, especially here, it's a lot of like people that would run bodegas, right? So it's kind of like, what do potheads love? Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Neon lights, and like they're doing like a caricature of what they think.
It's not like there's good bodega designs.
It's always like some Pakistani guy who's like,
I know what they like. Black light posters.
He watched Half Baked for research, and he was like, this would be fantastic.
Just giant.
The kids, they love SpongeBob. They love.
It is that shit.
They have how you say Family Guy.
Family Guy. Squidward's nose it is a bong. His nose is a bong.
Look, it's Bart Simpson smoking.
Oh, they looked up like weed stuff on Amazon.
Right.
They just like bought a cart of it.
Hilarious. I almost did get a Homer Simpson grinder. I didn't, but I almost did.
Yeah, still time.
There's still time.
That does not have to be a decision that needs to be made.
No, it was a shitty grinder.
He ended up getting
almost...
a guy that looks like Homer Simpson on Grindr.
Yeah. Hey, Ryan.
All right.
That was a home run, Simpson. Okay.
Okay, that's where we're gonna end this potentially.
Yeah.
I think that's an hour. You guys have to jet.
No. We're gonna go play some pickleball.
Oh hell yeah! Do you guys have anything to plug?
Very popular sport right now. We're getting on the trend.
Absolutely. It made a huge comeback.
It's all the tech guys gotten bored with it.
Yeah, in Williamsburg, it's like that's their dispensary.
Right? Yeah, that giant parking lot.
Yeah, and McCarran, there's just a pickleball.
It's so bad that we walk by there. Where I live around there, and my girlfriend's or my whatever. She's like, I want to buy the kit, and I'm like, don't buy the kit. I don't want to play with my girl.
Yeah.
Dude, we went to a guy's that had one in his house.
Yeah, they have one in their house.
Oh shit. I guess you don't need that much to play pickleball, right? It's like it's really
half
easy.
a tennis court.
You don't even need the rackets a lot of places because they have them kicking around.
Yeah,
nice.
Well, it's funny because the big parking lot, it's like near a cop bar too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I've gone in there and they just hate the pickleballers. They're like, those whites would have been fucking killed here like 20 years ago. They're just like
that is a pretty good gentrification sport.
Oh my god, it's the whitest thing you can do.
They would have killed those people.
Black guys don't do anything with pickle in the title.
Yeah, no, dude.
What do you do when you play pickleball? Next thing you know, you suck in a pickle.
Pause with that.
Pickle and balls, that's what I call your genitalia.
Just listen to the Boyscast. YouTube.com/the Boyscast. The Boyscast everywhere.
Yeah.
Every Friday.
Wolfgang, can you stick around for the Patreon?
Yeah, I'll stick around for the Patreon.
Cool.
I have nothing to plug. I'm not on anything. But if you
You're
want
not on anything?
Do you know about podcast? Do you even exist?
You're playing that game in comedy where you're like, I'm not on the radar at all?
No, I just...
If a man podcasts in the forest, does he even exist?
No, I'm like back in school for the fall. So like,
you're like...
I mean, like I was doing stuff on the road this summer, but now all that stuff's done. I mean, I'm at Baltimore. actually, I do have one thing.
You're still in school?
I mean, yeah, I went back to school for like acting stuff. It's not like school. I already got my BS, but yeah, September 3rd, I'll be at the Baltimore Comedy Festival doing Blues Room at 7 p.m. So if you're in Baltimore, come check me out there.
Bodymore, Murderland. You know what was great? Season 2 of The Wire. All right.
Best season by far.
All right. Yeah. Thank you guys again. And thank you, Ryan and Danny and Wolfgang. And see you later, everybody.
I'm going to get water real quick.
Yeah.